coming in?
I'm double dutying, sir. I got you covered, come on, okay.
Okay, you're live all around the world.
I'm live all around the
No, you're live right here now with us.
No pressure. Just the whole world.
It's just us,
Just the whole world.
just us, just us.
Okay. Thank you. So, I have to become familiar with modern technology because I'm here to talk to you guys. People around the world, what they can get, right? But we're here and we're now. So, the hard part of our job in teaching you guys therapeutic massage is teaching you to be superhuman. Superhuman. So, to be superhuman, all you have to do is be just a little 10% more than average. Just 10% more than the average person, and you're superhuman. Okay. But that 10% more than average is no small thing. Everything that you know, everyone that you know, everything that you understand will keep you average and mediocre. So today we're going to talk about the concept of metta. I was looking over my past notes to do this presentation for you guys. And oh geez, Leanne, bring me my bag over there.
Sure.
We're live, so do it quickly.
Yeah, but this is about us, not them, right?
Okay, so I was looking over my notes from past years and past experiences and past student interactions. And what I came up with was lane. I deserve love. I want to be kind. I am one with the universe. Lane. Now, this is only lame to me in hindsight. In hindsight. When I was first exposed to this stuff, oh man, this stuff was off the map. Off the map. After living with it for a while, it's pretty lame. It's pretty lame. Why? Loving kindness. There's one other thing that people in the self-help community talk about almost as much as love. And that's confidence. You must have confidence. You must have confidence. You must be confident. What's confidence? I'm not going too much into it, but what's confidence? Okay. Hello? Somebody?
Pride.
Huh?
Pride.
Pride. No. No. However, I get you. I get you. Pride. What do you say about pride? Everyone knows. All right, see, everyone knows, right? Right? If you're prideful, you're going down. You're going down. Right? If you're prideful, you're going down. We're all just gonna wait and watch. Just wait and watch. Any minute now, that was going down. Yeah. Lame. That's not true. The prideful don't go down any more than anyone else. Why do we say that? Hanging out in this area for a little while. How do the prideful make the rest of us feel? Prideful? Do they make us feel prideful? No. They kind of make us feel like they're looking down their nose at us, right? So, pride is an individual thing. Confidence, however, is something different. Okay, let me do a setup. Seraphim, what's confidence?
Faith and belief in one's own self and abilities.
That was a setup. What did you hear him say?
Self-assuredness.
Excuse me?
Self-assuredness.
Self-assuredness. No, that wasn't what he said. You're paraphrasing. What did he say?
Faith and belief in one's own ability.
Yes. See, he's indoctrinated in that definition. That's why it's a setup. Faith and belief in one's own ability. Right? Now, that's saying that you have no evidence for this belief in your ability. None whatsoever. You have no reason to believe in your own ability. If you have reason to believe in your ability, it's not confidence. It's something else. Confidence means there's nothing backing you but your own hubris. That's why it's sometimes mistaken for pride. Right? There's nothing backing you but your own hubris. There's no reason for you to believe in yourself. There's no reason for you to have faith in yourself. But the promoters and champions of these arts and these fields will tell you, you must have confidence. And it was confidence. So, this idea of metta, love, kindness, and compassion, is a rank above confidence. Okay, so now I started off by saying that this was lame. I say this is lame because, okay, let's go with the anecdote. What do we know about love? What else? Yes, what else?
It stinks.
It stinks or it stings?
Both.
No, which one were you? Which one?
Stinks. As in the song, love stinks.
Like
Smells
love,
bad.
like love hurts.
Yeah,
Smells bad.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know the Greeks have like 4 words for it, 4 different words. Not that I remember them all.
You don't remember them all? One is the love between,
Brotherly love, like Philadelphia.
and then there's love between, and then there's love between, that category, that's what you're talking about? That's, okay, okay. Anyone else? What have you heard about love?
Can withstand anything.
Who said that?
Me.
Hmm?
Can withstand anything.
Okay, who else? Go ahead,
Structure.
I'm sorry.
Structure.
What's his name?
No.
Noah? Okay, you gotta speak louder and give me more.
Structure.
Okay, that's louder.
It's one of those things that you look forward to with people that you love. You know, it's that structure in your life that kind of, you know, is positive.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay, so we're shying, we're needed for survival. Come on.
I'm gonna counter Noah and say love is messy.
Stinky, messy.
We can tell who the jaded ones are.
Stinky, messy.
Forgiveness.
Huh?
Forgiveness. Or forgiving.
Love is forgiving, okay. Forgiveness is a whole nother category that we can play with. Love, what's love? Come on.
All encompassing.
Yeah. Come on.
It's like a vibration, so it's like standard frequency.
You're trying to peek ahead?
I was just looking at you.
Yeah. You're peeking ahead. What's love? Come on.
In addition to being effort, it's effortless, both.
Effort and effortless both. We'll get into yin yang of life later.
It is everything. I mean, it is
Love
beginning and end.
is all.
Yep.
Everything. Okay. Am I going off the reservation here if I say God is love? Am I going off the reservation here?
No.
Right? Has anybody heard that before? Okay. And love is the basis for everything. Am I going off the reservation if I say that? Okay, so love, as we understand it, is supposed to be a big deal. Okay, let's do this. How many people have sufficient love in their lives? Sufficient love, sufficient love. Don't need any more. Couldn't handle it.
No, there's no
Couldn't-
such
Never.
thing
couldn't-
as.
I'm sorry, say it. Couldn't handle it.
Never too much.
You can never have too much.
We're gonna test theory.
Oh, no. Depends what you're talking about.
Love. Okay, so why are we hesitant here? Okay, we're hesitant because we're supposed to love everybody. Now, and everything. Now, do we have people that we don't love? And just throw it out there, right? How does that make us feel? A bit Who said that? Human. Okay, you're a human being. Cool. So I said we have to be superhuman, right? Exactly. We have to be superhuman. We have to create a state where love is all the time. All the time. So that little drawing I put up there, that's the tunnel of love. Okay? So what's that saying? What that is saying is that you want to have love in your life always, but it's not always at the same degree. Sometimes it's waning, sometimes it's waxing, sometimes it's waning, sometimes it's waxing. Sometimes it's kind of like, in the middle. Okay? You have people that you love, you can say, I love you, but I really don't like you today. Right? I'm not liking you today, but the love is there. Yes, we can go there. Now, I have an easy life. Easy. E-A-S-Y. And I have an easy life. He's interested. I have an easy life because I love unconditionally. Right? Somebody over here, unconditional, right? So it's more the idea, I say that love is unconditional. And love is everything, yes? Love is unconditional. Now, I have an easy life because everything else has conditions. You don't have to do anything for love. You're here, you got it. Right? However, you have to do something for everything else. Everything else is conditional. The obstructions that we have is where we're not feeling loving. I'm not feeling loving today. That's an obstruction. So, love. Let's take love as a state of being. And now this is where I'm starting to get into the meat of what I want to present here. Let's take love as a state of being. Being. It is what exists. It's who you are. It's what is. If you were love, not if you were loving, not if someone loved you, but if you were love, the concept of self. That's who you are. What would you look like? What would you feel like? How would you think? How would you breathe? How would you blink your eyes? How would you go from one place to another? If you were love, how would these things transpire for you in your life? If you were love, how would you speak to people? How would you look at them? When you looked at them, what would you say to them? If you were love, how would you feel? How would your body feel? How would you feel just sitting here? If you were love. Someplace along the way, I was reading a teacher, and the teacher said, don't be a seeker. Be that which you seek. You seek peace, be peace. You seek love, be love. Be that which you seek, and your search is over. A lot of people don't want to follow that because then they say, okay, so what do I do now? I'm a seeker, I'm a searcher, I'm seeking after this, I'm seeking after that, I'm searching for this, I'm searching for that. All you have to do is be that, and your search is done. Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Now you live life as that. So I say my life is easy because I love unconditionally. I didn't say it wasn't painful. Loving unconditionally is very, very painful. However, it's worth it. It's worth it. When you love unconditionally, you're open, yes? Yeah. I teach martial arts. And I tell people, well, you have to be open. Right? And what do my students say? My students say, every time I open, I get kicked in the face. I open myself up, bang! Oh, man. Okay, I'll try it again. Bang! What's going on here? Every time you open up, you get kicked in the face. Or, no good deed goes unpunished. Huh? No good deed goes unpunished. I adopted a puppy one time. Good deed. Well, the puppy licked his ass and then licked me in the mouth. Oh, man. Oh, man. Isn't that the nature of it? That's the nature of it. So, I like you guys on the dark side of love. Right? Because love has this dark side. But you can't have the light without the darkness. It's more like love is the truth, but you can't handle the truth. When I used to see clients, I don't see clients that much. When I used to see clients, I would have a client come in, and I knew this client was a test of my faith, a test of my love, okay? A test. This client is the test. Can you love unconditionally? I mean, you guys are, you're all therapists and you're all training. Thank you, Leanne. You should have had them do it. Okay, so as a client, as a therapist, I had a client, oh man. This was a dedicated client. Dedicated student. Just a dedicated person. However, whenever I went into the room with this client, their feet stank. It seemed as though they hadn't changed their underwear all week. And there was just this foul atmosphere in the room. And now you gotta work on this person. now you gotta work, right? Are you still loving? Are you still kind? Are you still compassionate? Or do you tell them, I can't work with you? Do you make them feel rejected? Do you make them feel ashamed? Do you devastate them? And goodness only knows what kind of devastation it is because you're their therapist. If you reject them, what hope do they have? I just got rejected by my massage therapist. Ah! If you reject them, what hope do they have? They were paying you. So, it will be tested. This was my test. Now, this client was maybe 10 years ago, but you see how I still talk about it, right? And whenever I see her, I go into trauma. Hey, I'm traumatized. So, what happens in our encounters with our clients is that a sacred place is established, a sacred relationship is established. Something is sacred because something else has been sacrificed. The sacred is made sacred through the sacrifices. So, when you're with a client, what is sacrificed? What is sacrificed is rejection, abandonment, and betrayal. Now, we all have the ability within us to reject, to abandon, and to betray. I don't want that, I don't like that, I'm not going to be with that, I can't do that. As a therapist with a client, you transcend all that. You transcend rejection. You transcend betrayal. So there's a sacred relationship between you and your client. That sacred relationship is what we're calling metta. Love, kindness, and compassion. If you hang out in those areas, you're doing more work than the average person. So this basic idea is in association with Thai yoga massages. Okay, so the massage of Thailand is based on the philosophies from India, which is Hinduism, based on the philosophies from China, which is Taoism, and based on Buddhism. So Thai is a unique blend of Hinduism, Taoism, Buddhism. What do we get from Hinduism? From Hinduism, I have to say we get the idea of transcending. Transcending. This is the yoga part of it. Transcending what? Transcending our base nature. Our base nature. And refining and cultivating our nature to where it's of a higher vibration. What do we get from Taoism? Yin Yang, Yin Yang philosophy. And the meridian system. Why the meridian system? The meridian system, you guys, when we look at Oriental medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, and Ayurveda. In traditional Chinese medicine, they have the meridian systems and the points. In Ayurveda, they have the shins and the manas. Well, to be direct with you, the Chinese system is much more organized and much easier to access than the Indian system. Anybody been to India? India is like love. It's like love, right? Dirty, messy, stinky. Right? I mean, you know, India, they talk about, I haven't been to India. Let me tell you why I haven't been to India. I haven't been to India. This is going worldwide. Okay, put it out there. Put it out there. I haven't been to India because of this concept of unconditional love. It translates and distorts itself into having sex with children. Right? 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 9-year-olds, fair game. Fair game. And I had an opportunity to go to India to teach Tai Chi and things like that. And a friend of mine, this was a room, friend of mine, he said, yes, you come to India, we make a lot of money. Right? People will follow you anywhere, everywhere, especially you. You got the look. They'll follow you anywhere. But I had to really think about it because I was going to go. I had to really think about it. And I thought what I said was this was an obstruction and a resistance. I said I didn't want to go to a cultural environment that normalized the abuse of children. I mean, to them it's not abuse. Unless you re-educate them in some kind of particular way, right? I could not in good conscience, knowing beforehand that I was going into a culture that normalized the abuse of what we would consider the innocent. Couldn't do it. So India is a very mixed bag. In one sense, they'll have the most exalted and profound expressions of love. And in another sense, they'll have the most heinous expressions of debauchery. But they wouldn't look at it like that. My bias, my bad, right? My bad. I think I'm going to have to live with that one. So, when we talk about life and love, this is not an easy thing that we're talking about. This is why so many people sit back and don't say anything. I love my children. I love my children. Your children? Your children, they've been trying. I see it in myself. I'll have unconditional tolerance for my children, right? Somebody else's children, hey, get that kid out of here. Hey, shut that kid up. Huh? And if you don't have children, it's even worse. It's even worse. Why are those people gooing all over their children? Because they're theirs. What you gonna say? What you gonna do? So I started off by saying that these ideas of love and kindness and compassion, if you take them in the cold, fresh air of day, they're lame. They're lame. Okay? So, because it's like, no. You have to teach me how to be unconditionally loving, and the innocent are being abused. You know, it's you know, you're straining the love relationship there. It's becoming very strained. And the idea of rejection, abuse, is really coming to the fore here. It's really coming to the fore. And so it's hard to maintain this superlative relationship with love. It's hard. Compassion. Kindness. But as therapists, that's what you work on. You work on it all the time, every day. Why? because it's the times where it seems to be elusive that you need it the most. You know, it's like, okay, so the child molester, the child abuser. Where does love come in there? Well, for me, love comes in because I don't kill you. Okay? Love keeps me from killing you. Okay? But it doesn't keep me from changing the conditions of those relationships. But it does keep me from killing you. Now, we have to develop wait, I have marching orders. Michelle said to make sure you guys were introduced to the ideas of, she wrote them down, because she knows how I can go on a tangent. Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed. Oh, she wants me to correlate with vibrational healing. So, because of these obstacles that I present with regard to just unconditional loving, we have to create a state of being that allows for loving to exist regardless of these obstacles. And we do this through conditioning. Right? So these days I love unconditionally because I'm conditioned to love unconditionally. I'm not going to say I don't have a choice because I could recondition myself into something else. But I don't want to. Because unconditional love, you know, it's self-rewarding. It feels good. It feels good. It makes me feel good to say that I love you regardless of what you think, who you are, what you do, how you do it, why you do it. It makes me feel like, what? I'm a superlative person. There you go. Right there. It's starting. It's starting. What's another thing that makes me feel like a superlative person? Eating correctly. Right? You know, it's really, it's like you grab yourself a salad, get yourself a smoothie, nutritional drink, right? And you sit down and you feel, oh, so healthy. Right? So elevated above the common herd. Right? Herd is a bad metaphor because it's animals. Right? You just have this sense of feeling superlative. What's another way of feeling superlative? Being of help to someone. What do they call it? The helper's high? They call it the helper's high. Anybody? Anybody feel that? Helper's high? You're lying if you're not saying it. You're lying. Don't do that. It's interesting to note that these concepts are things that we can cultivate. Love is the thing that we can cultivate. I can take a person who is unloving, and if they're willing in about 3 days, I can have them loving everybody and everything. Mhm. They have to be willing. You know, it's the one, I want to love everybody, but I don't. Okay. Love has a vibration. It actually does. And kindness has a vibration. Compassion has a vibration. And to cultivate these states of being, we cultivate the vibration of that state. So, what's the vibration? Vibration is rhythm. The forward and the back, the left and the right. So, in Tai Yoga, we cultivate a state called rhythmic rock, rhythmic rocking. Has anybody been doing this long enough to go through rhythmic rocking? Rhythmic rocking, rhythmic rocking, rhythmic rocking. Like that. Like that. You read like that. Right? So in Tai Yoga massage, we call it cultivating loving kindness. In psychology, they call it self-soothing. Self-soothing. I have a brother named German. German is one of the challenged people. When we were young, we called him retarded, right? And German would sit and just rock. Now, as a kid, you don't know what's going on. It's just, he's retarded, he's rocking. He rocks back and forth. Oh, and drools. Rhythmic rocking. Self-soothing. So, this self-soothing attitude is what we use to cultivate love. But not just through rhythmic rocking, but also through intentionality. We intend to cultivate love. Another thing that we use is the voice, vocalization. We use the voice in construction, in constructive utterances, and we use the voice in abstract utterances. With regards to the body, which is the organ of love?
The heart.
The heart is the organ of love. Which is the organ of kindness? This is not a trick question for those of you who study here. What's the organ of kindness?
Liver?
Thank you. And she's a newbie. Why was everybody just jumping? Who do I expect to be jumping at this one? Kindness, the organ. The liver is the organ of kindness. What's the organ of compassion? Compassion. Love, you said heart. Compassion, you said
Liver. Oh, love. Kindness, we said liver. Gotcha.
no. This is a trick question.
Okay. Okay.
I'm stuck.
Okay, so how many aspects do we have associated with an organ? We have two aspects associated with an organ. We have the yin aspect of the organ and the yang aspect of the organ. Okay, so you have the yin aspect of the liver and the yang aspect of the liver. So the yin aspect of the liver is kindness. What's the yang aspect of the liver?
Frustration,
Frustration and anger.
anger.
Okay. So the heart, the yin aspect of the heart is love.
Love.
One of the yang aspects of the heart is compassion. Now, why is compassion considered a yang aspect? Let's look at the word compassion. What does compassion mean? Yeah, tell me shit. What is compassion?
That was a real compassionate.
Leon, Leon's on it.
She didn't do a very good job. She goes,
She's doing it now.
What does compassion mean? Thank you, Julia. Julia, she has it.
She had
She has it.
Forgiveness.
Nope. Close?
Show graciousness.
Kinda?
To alleviate someone else's pain.
Why?
Put yourself in their shoes and just alleviate it as in understanding.
Yes. I'm going to give you that and show you why. Compassion. Let's break the word down. It's one of those Greek things, right? Calm means what?
With.
With. Who said that? Thank you. Passion. Passion means what? This is where the confusion comes in. Passion means what? You're coming with something in these.
Never mind.
Okay, so we know what these things are, don't we?
Mhm.
What's passion? What's pathos? A pathogenic factor does what?
invades.
Hmm?
Invades.
And does what? Through the
Bad
invasion.
things.
Huh? Bad things. It's a bad. A pathogenic factor is a bad, not necessarily so. Pathos we usually associate with pain and suffering. That which brings pain and suffering. Yes?
Yes.
But that's only to the conventional mind. Pathos. Passion. Why will we call being in love passion and being disease pathos? It's because they're kind of like the same thing. They're kind of like the same thing in that pathos means to feel intensely. See, we don't have pain and we don't have pleasure. We have feelings. And we'll experience the feelings, and then we'll look around and say, okay, how should I feel about that? Was that good or bad? We don't know how to feel about it. We don't know how to think about it. We felt something intense, right? And now we have to figure out, how am I supposed to feel about that? What am I supposed to think about that? If it's a bad, then it's pain. Right? If it's a good, then it's pleasure. Intense feelings. They're neutral until we label them one way or the other. So when you come with compassion, what are you coming with? Yes. Which means what? Hmm? You're circling. Which means what?
Didn't you just say it means whatever perspective you put on it, whatever you decide it means?
Yes, however, it means whatever you're experiencing, I get it. Why do I get it?
You've experienced it?
Yes. Because I have experienced that also. That's what compassion is. I have experienced that also. I get it. I have compassion. Now, if you don't experience what they experience, do you still get it? We'll start calling that sympathy and empathy. We'll call it sympathy and empathy, but it's not compassion. Compassion means, yes, you've gone through that, I've gone through that, we get it. And those who have not gone through that, they may be sympathetic, but they don't get it. There's a difference. Right? Compassion. When we want to see my scar? Want to see my hurt? Ah! Right. I get it. And so somebody was doing the walking the mile in their shoes type of a thing. Yes, it's that kind of a thing. Compassion. You get it because you have gone through those feelings. Now, whether you label them good or bad, right? And usually the person with mature compassion, what do they say? It gets better. It gets better. A little bit of time, a little bit of care, a little bit of love and healing, it gets better. But right now, you don't see that. And I get that. Because when I was there, I didn't see it either. Yes? So, this is the thing, usually it's the compassion that tips the scale with that love and kindness thing. Right? So, my stinky feet lady, compassion. I get it. I get it. There's times when I'm, odoriferous myself. I get it. I won't put you through that. So, compassion is the dark side of life. Why do I say the dark side of life? As an adult, I enjoy the areas of life that are so intense, I can't distinguish whether they're pleasure or pain. And if you haven't been there, you haven't lived, okay? So, okay, as an adult, I enjoy those areas of life where there's no distinction, right? Because it hurts so good. It just hurts so good. What do we do with the things in life that are that intense? They're so intense that we can't distinguish whether they're pleasure or pain. What do we do with those? Anybody, quickly?
Use them for good. Use them to help.
I like you. Anybody, what do we do with those? She says we used it for good. And
We love ourselves. We just wanna do it.
I like you too. And that's not how that happens. Those things too,
Block them out completely.
close.
Wait, don't,
What?
nothing.
That's one thing we do, we don't talk about it. You don't say nothing about it. You've been there, have you? Okay. Especially about the children, right? You don't say anything about it. But usually what we do is we make them illegal. We establish prohibitions against them. And we might even call it a sin. A sin. Right? Hedonistic pleasures is sinful. It's just intense feelings that you can't really label. What's the big deal? The big deal is that life has to be defined. Good or bad. Good or bad. You can't go undefined. Okay? You can't go around life saying, can I have some more of that good bad stuff? you know the good bad stuff? Can I have some more of that? Just that you know about it makes you suspect. So, husband comes home and his wife is talking to the girlfriend. And the girlfriend says, oh, you know, Roger's a much better lover than John. And the wife says, yeah, he is. And the husband goes, how do you know? How do you know? You're suspect just knowing. Just knowing makes you suspect. That's how it is with passion and these intense feelings. You can have them, and you can express them with other people who have had them. But if you're going to perpetuate them, we're going to put you into a special category. You go into a special category. And you can't be around the children. You cannot be around the children. What's all those cuts on your arm? Why did you have those cuts? Because they felt good while I was doing it. They felt good. Whoa. So, when you cultivate love, kindness, and compassion, you're going to a place where it is encouraged for you not to hang around there. And it's encouraged for you not to hang around there because life is mediocre. Life is mediocre. You only have these exalted experiences sometimes once or twice in your life. Because if you can admit to more than that, you must be into sin and debauchery. Now, whose judgment is that? Don't be afraid to say something. Huh?
Somebody else's.
Everybody else's or somebody else's.
Now, why do other people feel that way?
Jealousy. They wanna feel
They don't want
better.
to feel that they're missing out, right?
I think it depends on whether it's just only impacting you or if it's impacting someone else.
What do you explain?
Well, if you're hurting a child, then.
Oh, yeah, that one, that in that area,
Yeah, if
yeah.
you're cutting yourself, then that is, then that's only involving you, right? So
Okay,
there's a
okay.
delineation there.
I hear what you're saying.
Maybe they wanna feel better about themselves because you're a bad person and they're not.
Oh, you give them an opportunity to feel better about
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Ah,
Giving in kindness.
that's kind, that's being kind, right? Yeah, okay. So, we have these prohibitions, we have prohibitions against compassion, against passion, rather. And so that makes it difficult to have compassion. Because, you know, it's like, you know, my people never let me go through that. So I have no idea what that is all about. So I can't relate to it. So we need to be able to get to love, kindness, and compassion without the sociological stigma associated with it. In the healing practices, we use different avenues to approach loving kindness, compassion. Now, before I go into this, I will tell you, there are people who are genuinely loving. They love no matter what. I've seen them, I've run into them, I've experienced them, I've talked with them. They love no matter what. Depending upon where you are, it could be a beautiful experience to be involved in, or it could be annoying as hell. You want to make yourself one of those people. You want to make yourself one of the people who stand up for righteousness. I don't mean the one who understands righteousness but doesn't say anything and walks away. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the one that will say, wait, stop. What just happened here? No. So, Noah, I need you to leave the room so we can talk about you. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay? But Noah leaves the room. When Noah leaves the room, we say all kinds of degrading and demeaning things about Noah. And when Noah comes back, hi Noah, how are you? Hi Noah, how are you? We're two-faced. We're two-faced. We say all kinds of degrading things, denigrating things behind their back, and to their face, it's all nice and kind. Really. Really. As a therapist, you can't do that. As a therapist, you have to be able to say to their face what you would say behind their back. You just have to be skillful at how to put it. You got it. Yeah. You say to their face what you would say behind their back, but you say it in a much more skillful way. That's being kind. I ostracized myself from a group one time because that was just what happened. There was a person that was in the group, and the person within the group was could be considered deplorable. And while they were there, everybody was nice, friendly, high five. And when the person left, they sanitized the place where he was sitting. Sanitized. Washed it down, and then started talking about how obnoxious and yada, yada, yada this person was. And I'm like, whoa, what just happened here? If you feel this way about that person, why didn't you tell him? I got ostracized. And was glad of it. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, when you exercise this loving kindness and compassion in the real world, it can sound a little bit self-righteous. A little self-righteous. And if you have any kind of social consciousness at all, you understand that you're being self-righteous and you're making the other people very uncomfortable with your self-righteousness. Not that you're wrong. You're not wrong. You're absolutely right, as a matter of fact. Yes, you're absolutely right. But you have to be more tactful in how you express. That is what I'm finding. Okay, unconditional love. I said, when I first started, I said it's all lame, right? I said lame. Okay, let's go here. Unconditional love. You love a person unconditionally. You're a guy, she's a girl, and you say, oh, gee, I love you, right? Now, the first thing that happens is they think that you just sexualized the encounter. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But they think you just sexualized the encounter. So what does that say? That's saying, well, there's just some things and ways that you can't really express to people. Even though you have this unconditional love, you have an understanding. Right? Let's say you're a guy and a guy. Again, he just sexualized the encounter, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, boss. Okay? So you have to have an understanding. Female, same thing. You just sexualized the encounter because you gave words to your feelings. Now, I brought this up in this area because you're therapists. You're therapists. You touch a person the right way, you say the right things to them. What do you expect? What do you expect to happen here? Yes? So, you have to have a motive of awareness that allows you to understand that, okay, you can be open, you can be loving, you can be compassionate, but you also have to do it in a way that is appropriate. That's appropriate. Finding the appropriate way is the skillful and the difficult part. This is why a lot of people shy away. They shy away. Okay, even if it's not taken sexually. Well, gee, what happens now? Now you can't get rid of it. Right? Why can't you get rid of them? You can't get rid of them because you're probably the only person in this person's life that makes them feel that way. And they feel good just being around you. They feel good just seeing. They feel good just knowing that you exist in the world. Don't miss that. Don't mistake that. As therapists, that's going to be the reaction of a good 80% of your clients. They want to put you in a box and take you home with them. Take you out whenever they want that feel good. And that is no joke. That is no joke. I have had people try to put me in a box and take me home. Take me home with them. Leanne's laughing because she knows it's true. Yeah. But it's not just me. It's going to be each and every one of you when you communicate that way. When you communicate that way. So, how much time have I chewed up here?
An hour and a half.
I got a half hour left?
Yeah. You're past half an hour. An hour and a half.
It's past 25 minutes.
I was supposed to go from 11 to 1.
Well, then you have 35 minutes left.
I have 35 minutes left. Okay. So, to put yourself into this plane of existence, this mode of existence where you have to be darn careful how you communicate to people. Why do you have to be careful how you communicate to people? Because they're going to like you too much, man. See, he's cool with that. I'm okay with that. They're going to like you too much. That would be okay if life was a straight line. Life is not a straight line. Life is convoluted. We have sin. We have sin. We live in a Christian culture. Somebody will like you too much and then have committed a sin. And now it just got complicated. Good is bad, bad is good, where am I at? And it's good, bad, bad is good, complex, right? So yes, you cultivate yourself to be kind, you cultivate yourself to be loving, you cultivate yourself to be compassionate. And then you cultivate yourself to be wise. To be wise. Because it's not the case that you can't communicate fully and explicitly to another person. But it is the case that you have to understand appropriateness. What's appropriate and what's inappropriate under conditions and circumstances. Okay, what are you hearing so far? Too much to say, Kim?
For me, I'm hearing love. Treat your clients with love and compassion, but discern the difference between the type of love and compassion that you treat your client with. Or know the difference, I guess.
I feel like this is something that you can teach here.
Louder. Yes.
I'll be honest with you, sir. Like, I needed to hear that because I kind of put up a wall
Right.
and took away
Okay.
love and kindness and compassion just because of the way society looks at things.
Mhm.
Oh, why is he so friendly with that patient when you genuinely
Mhm.
just being kind to that patient?
Yeah.
Like, you can be loving without, like, kind of worried judgment, I guess. Because, like, my culture is the one that puts labels on things, so as long as you're appropriate, like, you can be loving and not have to worry about it, I guess. Not have to worry about, you're a good dude, you're a good dude.
Okay. What do you hear?
I just hear just be appropriate in the moment. I mean, I don't know what you want from that. I don't know, just be yourself, be open, non-judgmental, and be appropriate in the moment.
Okay. What I want is an idea of what's going on inside you. That's what I want. That was it?
That's it.
Okay.
What I'm taking from this in a nutshell is figuring out who I want to be in the world and incorporating that not only into, as a therapist, but like Noah said, into my daily life and knowing where my boundaries are, but how to also express unconditional.
Okay. Gretchen, what are you hearing here?
That I like putting out the various aspects so I can feel different things like, oh, I've done that or I've done this. Oh, yeah, that yin yangs it. And so I can feel it just ruminates on things that you can reassess and go forward with and continue feeling good about the efforts you've made and what you might be missing, the blind sides of them, and how to see that better and not judge.
Julia, what do you do?
It's interesting because I discovered this, I had the same problem many years ago when I was working in behavioral health. My compassion was, because I was working with people who had serious problems. So I talked to somebody with me, just a regular person off the street. Like, I don't like white dogs. Do you hear voices? Do you think people are going to kill you? Then stop whining. You're not good. I realized it's coming back again, so I need to work on that. I need to work on the openness, compassion, willing to interact with people like that, be willing to meet people where they're coming from.
Joseph, what do you hear?
Oh, the wisdom to not share. I'm loaded with a connectedness with people, maybe too familiar when I meet them. So a little more wise way to interact with people. So it doesn't seem like more than I want for it to be or more than they want for it to be. Because it can be off-putting.
Rico, what do you do?
Getting to learning that compassion is something you have to experience before giving it. So learn how to be more empathetic and sympathetic, and then
Yes.
I'm such a young guy, so I haven't experienced this world yet. And then just being more tactful of how you express, I guess, things. Just be more tactful.
Okay. Catherine?
Well, I think you're doing a great job
Yeah.
in explaining all of this. And I think I'm just getting a good reminder of going in with the intention of the loving and kindness and compassion, but having those boundaries to protect yourself and the client. using it in your everyday life. Because yeah, it's a way, we are human beings and we should be in this state of loving kindness and compassion, but with boundaries.
Leanne, what are you hearing here?
I think everybody skipped over a really important part that you have to be able to feel. You have to be able to come with compassion and come with passion and kindness and love for yourself. You have to remove the blockages inside of yourself so that you can feel. If you're not allowing yourself to feel, how can you come with that stuff?
Okay. Cap, what are you hearing?
I think one of the things I hear is that you need to be aware of the relationship that you have with your client and aware of the fact that there are boundaries there that you need to be aware of and to actually hold those boundaries so that the client isn't confused about what your relationship is, that you're there to give them this, not that, and they don't have to try and figure it out.
Sir?
I was focusing on the appropriateness that you're talking about. Just in my personal life, working on that, because like, for example, teaching class, I won't just give everything that, I've been working on, everything we know to the students, but it's not what they need at the moment. They just need little by little, or, friends, or, with people, with clients, just give everything that you got when you only need just a little bit. They only need a certain amount, everything else would be inappropriate.
Okay. So, it's good to approach this from this way because we're Americans. We're Americans, and these arts or these modalities or these ways of engaging and being come from different cultures. And in these different cultures, some of these things don't have to be explained. And some of the things are just move. Like India, child molestation would be moved. That's something to talk about or consider. Or seducing your client would be moved. It's not something they would talk about or consider. In their consciousness, it's to consenting adults, right? Okay. But in the United States, we have this thing called ethics and morals, right? And we set legal prescriptions against that. Why? Because we call it power differential in relationship. Yes? Okay, now, as a therapist, you're supposed to be fully aware of that. The client, maybe not so much so, but you're supposed to be protecting the client. Yes? And it does get confusing. You're in the zone of love, kindness, and compassion. That's where you're at. That means that the resonance of your body, mind, are in that place. The client likes the way you touch them. The client likes the way you talk to them. The client likes the way you walk them out the door. There's not a thing that the client doesn't like about you. As a matter of fact, the client's spouse might be giving you a call.
That's for real.
They might be giving you a call. What are you doing with my spouse? Oh, I'm just expressing love and kindness and compassion. I'm just expressing love, kindness, and compassion.
That probably wouldn't go over that well.
No, it wouldn't, would it? No, it wouldn't. No, it doesn't go over that well. Yes? So, do we have to be deceptive? No. We have to be wise. So, this is why, I started out my talk saying, Lane. No, you just can't come with loving kindness and compassion. You just can't do that. But you have to. But when I was a young man, my father told me something that has stuck with me. And he said, life isn't a matter of what you do. Because you can do all kinds of things in life. Life is a matter of how you do what you do. Right? And that's wisdom. So, like I said, I was going over my notes and I was looking at lane. Everything was lane. Because all we're talking about is love, compassion, how to develop love and compassion, kindness, this and that. Well, like I said, 3 days in the rhythms and patterns of love and compassion, and you're walking through life, everything is beautiful. Everything is not beautiful. Stinky, smelling smell. That's what he said. Stinky smell. Do we have adults in here? Are these all adults in here? Any children around?
I don't think we would come
Oh my
across
goodness.
it
It was
yet.
like
Off the cameras.
so. I've been doing this work for. I've been